Hey, what's up, everybody? Chief here. Thanks for dropping by today's podcast. See a few people in here waiting ahead of time. Is it OA? What's up, Pranjit? IG Ronnie? What's up, Benik? Mikey Whalen? Mixfant? Romeo? Yokia? Crimson? What's up? Hello, Yvonne. What's up, Botthole? Alien Ant? Sheevan Lager Breyer? What's up? Alright, so just a heads up, Islander is going to be a couple of minutes late. He is on his way home to join the podcast. I guess he got stuck at work a little bit later, so I guess it's a good thing that we are starting the podcast an hour later. And hopefully Adrian is wrapping up his stream, so that's the main reason we wanted to kind of test out this this time frame here. So we are shifting the podcast now from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. But you know, hopefully that doesn't affect you guys as viewers too much, and hopefully we'll get more people in here. I know Adrian was doing a live stream today and giving away, I think, Titan weapon or something. So hopefully you guys were able to get in on that. But anyway, so for today's podcast, and it does look like Islander is online here with me now, so
just a nick of time.
right on. Well, welcome to the stream, Islander. We're gonna be going over Titans, more specifically the new Titan that is on the test server this weekend called Nodens, and talking a little bit about these little dinosaurs. The other project from Pixonic, which is called Dino Squad. I know Islanders had a chance to play it. I've been playing it, and you guys can play that too. And I'll tell you how here in a little bit. But I thought we'd go ahead and get started first with Titans. And hopefully you guys are all safe and healthy at home and practicing your social distancing and all that happy horse shit.
Happy horse shit.
And I don't know. I don't know about all this, man. I've been out of ice cream for like 2 weeks now, and it's killing me.
You don't go to the supermarket, Chief?
Kind of limiting the trips to the supermarket just because I'm in that very susceptible category of.
That's right.
I'm kind of gonna die if I get this thing, so. Actually had them deliver groceries today. We tried the delivery service. It's kind of a brand new thing. Worked out pretty good, other than even for them, they were kind of out of a lot of stuff, including Ben & Jerry's, which, how the hell are they out of Ben & Jerry's? I don't know, but it is what it is. We'll get through it, right?
Yeah, we'll survive without a little bit of ice cream. I don't know how, but we'll do it.
Hey, what's up, Kind? Hey, thanks for that, man. Much appreciated. But anyway, so I know I saw your video for the Nodens, the god of healing and god of the sea. It's a Celtic god of some kind, but
a deity or deity. I'm not sure how you say that. I think a deity.
Deity, yeah. So
kind of like a demigod.
Kind of interesting background stuff, but as far as the Titan itself, I know I watched your video. I'm gonna put out a video on it probably tomorrow. I'll release that. I still got some editing to do on that, but I did get a chance to get on there and get some footage and some playtime with it, and I'll tell you, I thought it was actually a lot of fun to play. And I know from watching your video, Eddie, that you liked it. You were like, oh man, I'm getting this thing.
Yeah, it is the target as of right now. I have quite a bit of platinum saved up, and I got a chunk more coming in from a donator, I guess you could say. And I'm going to go ahead. More likely, I'm going to get the Titan. I do kind of want to see what's Titan number 4 going to look like. But as of right now, the ability to, I mean, let's be honest, it's a giant nightingale is what it is. It heals and it suppresses, but at the same time, you can fire. So that's the only difference. You know, other than you got very big guns.
Well, now I said it was fun, to play, and the reason I liked it is because you have the two abilities that you're trying to juggle as well as combat, and you can heal up to 3 allies at one time, and that also heals yourself and gives yourself some defense. And then you can suppress an enemy, but it's not just suppressing one enemy, it's you send that out and it suppresses everybody in a 75-meter radius near that enemy. So
Yeah.
potentially, depending on the situation, you could actually use that and suppress the entire red team.
Yeah.
Now, I really enjoy playing robots that take some skill, like back in the day, I used to really enjoy playing my bulwark, because managing your 2 shields, when to regenerate, when to put the physical shield up, when to use your energy shield, it was a lot of fun for me. But and I kind of see this Titan that same way, but I think it is way too overpowered for the game. And personally, I don't think it should come into the live server, at least nowhere near where it is right now. And you might disagree with me. I know you're totally stoked about getting the getting it.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it's
going to totally disagree with you, because the current Ao Ming, when in flight, has 2 betas and 2 heavies, and that delivers a lot more firepower than this one. The only difference is this one can suppress you where the other one cannot. So you're going to see the Ao Mings, instead of just staying in flight all the time, you're going to be forcing people to drop out of flight. Therefore, they won't be able to use all 4 of their heavies like they're doing right now. It's a great counter to the Ao Ming. It's going to force everybody to. The only thing I didn't get to test, if you could suppress an Arthur through its shield. I'm not sure if it suppresses it or not.
It does.
But it's nowhere close to the firepower that we already have in the game of the Ao Ming. Now, let's talk about the Arthur, which has 1 heavy, 2 lights. Those 2 lights somewhat make a heavy, so that's kind of equal to the firepower that we already have in the game right now. My 2 cents.
Well, and I agree with you. It is a great counter to the Ao Ming. And people that watch my streams know I am not a fan of that energy Ao Ming that's maxed out and just ruining the game. But the problem is, we know that players will jump on this, they will max it out, and they will run it, okay? Just like they did with the Ao Mings, okay? And you run 2 or 3 of these Nodens in a match, the entire red team will stay suppressed, they will heal each other, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. You will just die. It doesn't matter if you're in a Titan, it doesn't matter if you're in, well, the regular robots are just done. It doesn't matter at this point. Regular robots are unplayable when you're going against a robot like the maxed out Ao Ming or this new Nodens with 600-meter weapons, cranked out. Yeah, it just wipes them out of the match. And we know for a fact that squads will run at least 3 of these things and just keep the entire red team suppressed and heal each other, and match is over. So that's why I think they're OP. Very fun robot. I think it's great that they're looking at doing something like this, but it puts out way too much firepower even with just the 4 beta weapons, for it being it's not a combat robot, it's supposed to be a support robot. But man, I mean, it could take out a regular robot in a second. I don't know.
About as fast as the Ao Ming can, pretty much. I mean, I think it generates the same kind of firepower, and we know Pixonic tendencies. Okay, if they're going to release a Titan, it's got to be somewhat slightly better than what's already on the field. And given the healing and giving, now of course the Ao Ming already has his healing, but he cannot heal his comrades. But the fact that this one can heal his comrades, can suppress, it's better than any Titan that is on the field, because if it's not, then it's not going to be, what would you say, as entertaining to people that already have Al Means. If you bring in something that's more standard to what's in the game already, people can say, well, I don't need that. I already have the Al Mean. They got to make it somewhat inviting to go after. That's why I'm kind of curious what the fourth Titan would be like if this one possesses this.
Right. But see, I don't know. I think maybe I would feel a little bit differently if the existing Titans in the game were a little better balanced. But right now, they are so far out of balance that, it's. And I know you've seen it. I know you experience it too when you're playing.
Of course.
These guys are and they're still able to drop a Titan in 2 minutes into a match. So, whatever Max said he fixed, it didn't get fixed. So,
no.
And folks are still pretty much abusing that, and they drop in their maxed out Ao Ming. It doesn't matter if they're going against a bunch of randoms; they don't care. They're just going to drop it as soon as they can and just destroy everything on the field.
Yeah, I would like to see, Chief, a time limit instead of a Titan bar. Whether it be the 5-minute mark or 4.5-minute mark or 6-minute mark, whatever they want to set it at, I would prefer to see a time set versus a beacon bar.
Right. Yeah, they need to do something. I would agree with that. But they also need to dial back the modules. The Titan modules are really what are causing this issue. I don't know if you remember the small amount of time after the second buff the Titans received, before the modules came out. I really felt that they were well balanced. They were strong. They were stronger than a regular robot, so it was tough, because when they first came out, I mean, I could take my Fenrir and just decimate 3 or 4 Titans without a problem. So they buffed him, and that wasn't quite enough. They buffed him the second time, and that really kind of established them as a more dominant place on the field, which is kind of how the Titans were supposed to be. But they were still able to be taken down by 2 or 3 regular robots. But then the modules got released, and when you're doing 126% additional damage with all weapons bypassing defense, that's where some of the problem is.
That's where the problem started. When they gave them that damage mitigation, or the resistance mitigation, it didn't matter if you had a bot that had resistance, whether it's a T-Falcon or a Leech. It was going to get past that resistance, so that's just a regular bot sitting on the field. Its abilities are completely nullified.
Right, and they did have some defense mitigation. All of them did. I think all of the alpha weapons, even at release, had defense mitigation. And I think it was that second round of buffs where they gave it to all of the weapons. But I don't know. I think it's just hard for me right now to support them releasing an even more powerful Titan when they haven't addressed the existing overpowered Titans in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I completely understand. I see the direction they're going in, and it's pretty much what we have right now, or what's been going on with the game for a very, very long time. Whatever's in the game is come out is going to be a little bit better, a little bit stronger, and whatever's in the game, if it's somewhat even up to par, is going to take a buff, it's going to take a nerf of some kind, as we can see getting ready to happen with the Ao Jun, because right now Ao Jun is the only truly threat to a Titan with the weapons that it has. So we can see where they're going to start dialing back on the Ao Jun a little bit. Is it going to put the Ao Jun in the grave? I don't know. I'm doing a video on that as we speak. I got to do a few more tweaks to it, but I'll be releasing that later on tonight. But you can see where it doesn't seem like they want any of the standard bots to really challenge a Titan.
Well, therein lies the problem. This is war robots, not war Titans. And 5 of our 6 bots in our hangar are regular robots. So I don't know. I think that's kind of an issue. There's just,
and it'll probably be an issue for some time to come. All right, let's put the, let's call a spade a spade. We can see where it's going. As far as the Titan concept, is it good for the game? No, I don't think Titans. I don't think we should have brought Titans into the game. I really don't. I think we were good with the standard bots. But this was something new for them, and I'm pretty sure it drew a lot of revenue for them, and it continues to do so.
I was initially fully in support of Titans coming to the game. It opened up a 6th slot. It was going to give us more silver. Because at the time, if you remember, the economy was total crap, and that was one of the main attractions for me. Was okay, it's going to put a lot more health and a little more damage ability on the field. It's going to give everybody an opportunity to earn some more silver. Unfortunately, ever since Titans were released, we haven't gotten anything silver-wise for them. So, ever since they've been released, they've pretty much been a complete bust because we didn't get that economic boost that we were looking for, and instead, they were too weak when they were released. I mean, absolutely too weak. Yeah, once those modules were released, it's just nothing but Titans now, and the person who spends the most money is the one that's going to win. I mean, it's that simple. I think it's a very bad direction for the game.
Yeah, I'll agree with you 100% there. As far as team play, free for all has been a totally different experience for me as far as going against the Titans. I don't know if you saw my last video where I did the giveaway, where I was facing the guy that had the maxed Ao Ming, and I had it going up against Mao Jun, and I just continued to frustrate him to where he eventually dumped that Ao Ming, but just by firing on, taking cover. Now there was no way I was going to kill him. It was going to take about 5 or 6 more passes from where I had him right now, but eventually figured he wasn't going to be able to get to Mao Jun, so he just went ahead and dumped the Ao Ming. That's the only mod of the game where I could say, it's somewhat not balanced, because it's not balanced at all, but you can survive. Now, when you got 6 of them on the field and you got nowhere to hide because they can get you from different angles, for team play, it becomes a very, very different ball game altogether.
Right. And I totally get, people that are very competitive, especially if they're in a clan that squads consistently, and they're very competitive, up there at the top level play, they're going to want the strongest thing on the field, and there's tactics involved with that. And, if dropping, 3 Arthurs maxed out and 3 Ao Mings maxed out, helps them win when they're going against other highly competitive, well-funded squads, that's fine. The problem that I have is these guys are using those same tactics against randoms, and I have a major problem with that. Major problem, because it only takes one person with one of those maxed out Titans to drop it in a game, even if they're going against randoms. If their team was losing, they drop that Ao Ming maxed out, that whole match is then just going to go to their team. Yeah, I mean, and even if they don't win, and I can kill them. I have killed them with my regular bots. It's just very difficult to do so because there's not a lot of counters out there, and quite frequently even their random teammates will protect them. But it takes silver away from even their own teammates, because these guys are sitting in their maxed out Titan, racking up 3, 4, 5, 6 million damage, getting 15, 20 kills in a match against randoms. That's taking away the opportunity for those other 5 people on his team that don't have that to try and do damage and get kills and earn honor and get silver. I don't know. I just have a huge problem with it, and the fact that Pixonic has not addressed it to this point is concerning to me. I mean, it was only like recently that they even admitted that they were looking into it. Prior to that, all they said is they're looking at data. And that whole data thing, I don't buy, because all it takes is one person that's a Pixonic employee to drop into one game and go against that one time, and they would see what happens. And it's a problem. So I don't know. I'm concerned, I guess. And that's why this new Titan.
What could be a solution to that, though?
Well, first they need to nerf the hell out of the Titan modules, refund people their platinum, whatever they got to do. I don't care what they have to do. That's their problem. But they need to fix this, because they want to sit and sell this and try and earn money. And I get that, it's a business, but they are literally selling wins to these people. So if you have enough money, you can literally just drop cash and you're getting wins. You're getting more silver per match. You're getting, more kills, more wins. And it's just because you are spending more money. And I'm sure that there's been plenty of instances with other companies and other game developers that show that model is not a successful model to run. So I like the game. I care about the game, and I care about regular players. I care about the grinders. I understand people are going to be competitive, and people with more money should get more. I agree with that. What I don't agree with is selling ultimate power, and I feel that that's what they're doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, this game has always been about selling power. I mean, that's why I would love that they would have used the concept that some of the other games like CODM uses, where, you know what, we're going to sell you paints, and we're going to sell you this pretty weapon. We're going to sell you, the chances of getting a way to dress up your hangar, versus selling you absolute power. Because when you have everybody that's on an equal playing field, and the only thing you want to compete with is, who got the better paint job, and it gives you a 1% or 5% buff on your damage or health or whatever it is, that's doable. You can work around that. And that's why I like the concept that these other games have, that I wish we had in this game, where everybody had an even par hanger, and just who has the prettier bots. Let's go with a competitive for pretty bots versus power.
Well, I do agree with you that they've been kind of using a similar model for a long time, but the difference is before they were selling time. They weren't selling power. They were selling time. If you had money and spent money on the game, you could buy silver, you could buy gold, and those things were used to speed up your robot. Okay? They sold time. And yes, the higher the level, it does bring some power to it, but grinders were still able to do it with time.
Right.
With Titans, though, it's not a time factor. There's no time factor involved. And the power that these Titans bring to the game right now is so far above the regular robots that you just don't have a chance. So I don't know. I'm frustrated, obviously. And
yeah, I guess that's it, no doubt.
And I'm sure you.
I was kind of thinking along the lines, if and I don't know how well this would go over, because of course everybody has their Titans and everybody likes to run their Titans. But if a team has 3 Titans on the field, then a fourth one cannot come in until one of the 3 were dead, or 2 Titans, or give it whatever number you want to get, but you couldn't bring all 6 Titans into a match at one time. Thus eliminating. Now I know that one OP Titan can still shift the balance in a game, but it's not going to be every single time that you run across that OP player, unless you run into a full squad. But maybe limiting the amount of Titans that could be on the field at once. I'm not sure how well that would go over with a GP, but it would be an option.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the fix is. I think they've dug themselves into a pretty deep hole at this point because they just refuse to do anything about it quickly. And each day that passes without them doing something is more people spending money on platinum, more people buying those OP modules, and it's going to be even harder for them to do anything. I don't know if limiting Titans, because if they limit the number of Titans that can go on a field at one time, how do they determine whose goes first? You know what I mean? So I don't know that that's going to be a feasible option. But I don't know. Maybe the viewers have some recommendations or some possible solutions for this. I really care about the people in this game. I really care about the community, and I see their frustration. They see mine. And I know you've seen my feedback that I give to the developers.
Of course.
I'm pretty blunt with it, but it just doesn't seem like they want to hear it, or maybe they've just got different teams in charge of different things. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, what do you viewers think might be some possible solutions to the Titan issue that's going on? And are you guys excited to see a new Titan that can potentially be stronger than the strongest Titan we have on the live server now? Because I'll tell you, on the test server right now, that Nodens will wreck an Ao June in no time flat. It's it's a serious deal. It's fun too. I'll give them that. That is actually, it was kind of fun. But
I don't know if you saw my video, Chief, where I was shooting that Spectre, and then right before it died, that Nodens got and you saw that health bar go up and down like a little seesaw.
Yeah.
Where I couldn't kill the Spectre. There was issuing out that much health that the Spectre, as the glass tiger that it was or is, could not be killed. I was shocked to see that, but it kind of gives you an idea of how much healing they put out. Real quick, Robot Marley.
Yeah.
All right, man. Rob Marley, appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, no, I saw that in one of my matches today on the test server. Somebody dropped in an Ao Ming, and right in front of my Nodens, and I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. I mean, I think it lasted maybe 4 or 5 seconds. Just wrecked that Ao Ming. It was, and the Ao Ming didn't even scratch anything because I had it suppressed immediately, and then just lit into it, and it was gone. Just gonna scroll through the chat here. I know they've been chatting away, and I haven't really been been focusing on it. I do apologize, guys.
You go from the top, I'll go from the bottom. Maybe we can meet in the middle somewhere.
Yeah,
it has been working.
Yeah, I get into this this train of thought sometimes, especially when it's talking about something I'm very passionate about. And with this game, I am very passionate about trying to do what's right. And you guys might disagree with me on what you believe is right, and and I respect that. I do. But I don't see anything good coming out of the Titans' power right now. And
this coming for Mix from Mix Gaming, refund the modules, then get rid of them. Hold on one second. Scrolling up. Titans can be spawned as a last bot only.
Well, I mean, that's kind of an interesting idea, but
I like the last bot only concept.
I mean, if they still had a Titan bar that they had to fill, I mean, maybe, because otherwise you'd get people with a maxed out Titan and they'd throw 5 level 1 robots in there just to get killed so they could spawn their Titan.
Yeah.
And trust me, I've seen stuff like that already. I mean, I have literally gone against guys with a maxed out Ao Ming, and then you look at their hangar, and they have like all level 9 gear except for like one Ao Jun that's MK2. So they literally play the one robot, the one that's strong, just long enough to get their Titan bar unlocked and then drop their Titan.
Right. Michael Thompson, thank you for the donation. Michael Thompson's comment is Titans can't be dropped until the 5-minute mark, and all normal bots must have been destroyed. Lastly, 1 million damage must be done before you can drop it.
Oh, interesting. Although I think that
5-minute mark, you must have no more bots, giving it your last possible bot. That is interesting.
I think the damage requirement would be tough to enforce, because I mean, legitimately, I mean, there's people that
not everybody scores 1 million damage.
Yeah, they even using all of their robots and Titans, they still don't reach 1 million damage. Let me see. See a lot of comments in here about stuff we weren't exactly talking about, but
Duck on Whack. Just take the Titans from the game and put them into. I lost the comment because it scrolled up. Okay. Into a Titan game mode. I'm not sure they would do that. I mean, that's kind of shooting yourself in the foot as far as a business concept would be, to have a Titan only game mode.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't have too many people playing it. Let's see, Boss Lady was commenting. I guess I think this comment was specifically about the Nodens. She said, even though it's an OP Titan, it is a skilled bot. And that's true. And I think that makes it much more fun. You look at something like the Ao Ming. There's no real skill involved with that. Even the Arthur, there's no skill involved. You fly in the air, or you don't fly, or you use your shield this way, or you use your shield that way, and you press the fire button. That's it. This one, I mean, you gotta think. You have to, monitor the field. You have to pick and choose which ally you're gonna heal. You have to decide who you're gonna suppress. Definitely a very skilled robot, but it is also a very strong robot.
Yep. Dakine Gaming, hello Chief Islander. But appreciate the donation, brother. Do you think the new Titan will enter the game by the Pixonic anniversary? I do think they're trying to push it for the anniversary. I'm not sure if it'll be ready, but it does look like that they're headed in that direction.
Yeah, to my knowledge, I do believe that was their target, was for the anniversary event. They would have the Titan, the new Titan weapons, and I think they were trying to get the map done in time, but they did come out on a dev stream and say that the map will not be ready in time for that update. So it's going to be the following update that we're actually going to see the new map.
I agree on the paint job, but to give it 5%, or give it defensive or offensive, not on the same paint job. Yeah, of course, that's what we were talking about earlier with the paints and dressing up your weapons and your bots and stuff like that. I think that would be a solid way to go in the future at some point. But I mean, they've started this trend already, and how would you switch from the current model that they have right now into that model? I don't know how they would possibly do that, but it would be good to see.
Maybe they should just do an across the board upgrade to all regular robots. Make all weapons 50% more powerful, all robots 50% more health. I don't know, be interesting. Let's see, somebody was saying something about the Nodens. Said Nodens need balancing, maybe you can't heal a teammate Titan, or maybe you can't suppress enemy Titans, but then there's an issue with the Ao Ming needing some kind of a counter. That's kind of an interesting thought process. I think that was another one comment from Mixfan, talking about maybe limiting where your effects can go. What if the new Nodens? What if it can only suppress Titans? And I mean, as far as what it can do for healing, I think it should be able to heal everything. Any teammate, any robot. I think that's fair. I'm always
that's
good with
enough.
that.
But you know what? I would be in complete agreement with that. The standard bots now really don't stand a chance as it is. So that you would not be able to suppress them. That would actually be an interesting concept. You could only suppress other Titans. That would I really like that. I really like that.
Oh, quick call out.
That's a hell of an idea.
AD Gaming. Saw him in the chat there. Thanks for stopping by.
What's going on, AD?
Alberto Perez was saying that Pixo should limit Titans until later in the battle. He said Pixo said that they were going to limit Titans until later in the battle. Are they going to do it or not? That's a great question, and I kind of brushed over that earlier. According to Tosla, during the last dev stream that he had with Kitty and Adrian, he said that it was live. But I have yet to actually notice a single bit of difference in how fast people are able to drop a Titan in a match. So if it's live, it's not working. But it's supposed to be live now.
I'm still all for get rid of the Titan bar and set a general time limit as to when they can start dropping. I mean, have a chance to play the bots you already have in the game.
Kind says a new Titan makes sense only if they are not going to address the quick dropping of Titans. He says, "Bring on the dinosaurs."
We'll talk. You know what? We'll talk about those dinosaurs in just a little bit.
Yeah. Somebody was saying, how much platinum do you think the new Titan is going to cost, and the new weapons? I'm guessing that it's going to be about the same cost as the Ao Ming, which I believe is 900 platinum, right? For the Ao Ming, so it's probably going to be right around that same range. I mean, it could go up a little bit, but I don't see it really going up much. And as far as the weapons, they're probably going to be right around the same price. So, I mean, they've kind of already set those standards with the rocket and energy weapons. So I believe they go anywhere from 700 to 900 platinum per weapon. So it's going to be pretty costly for anybody that wants to get into the Nodens and the new weapons immediately. Though, if the a lot of people, and I do foresee a lot of people switching over to these new Titan weapons, if that does happen, it is going to make the Arthur that much stronger. So, yeah, Arthur definitely is very strong against any kind of energy-based weapons. So, that's just a thought.
Yeah, I mean those 4 beta weapons will be good against me. They're not going to be all that against an Arthur. An Arthur can still push himself forward. It should be pretty much, I wouldn't call it an even match, but it's going to be an interesting match between a maxed out Arthur and a maxed out
Nodens.
Nodens, there you go. Nodens, tomato. So I don't know. I mean, that's something we're gonna have to wait and see. I look forward to getting past the test server because I'm still not a fan of the test server and the current range that we're at right now. I mean, I think they should be maxed, but at minimum they should be MK1 level 12. Okay, I mean we should be able to see somewhat of what we're headed for.
Right. Robo with a shotgun said the problem is that Noden is supposed to, quote, fill a different role. I believe he's quoting Pixonic. than the other Titans. Instead, it is taking over a role of an assault robot along with the abilities of the support robot on top of it. And I do agree with that. I really do. It's that's kind of my feedback to them as far as the Nodens. I think they need to tone it down because it puts out way too much damage for it being a support robot. Just like look at the Nightingale. The Nightingale has, you know, 2 mediums and a light weapon, but it can't use them when it's in flight, right? So it's limited in its role because of its suppression effect. So you take a look at a robot like the Blitz. The Blitz has only a part-time shield that only comes up for a few seconds when it uses its ability, but it's also very low on health. The Mender and the Wayland, both of them, they're okay on firepower, not really very high on firepower, but they both also have their own limitations because of the support role that they play. So there's always a trade-off, and but with the Nodens right now, it doesn't feel like there's any kind of trade-off for it, even though they did give it 4 beta weapons and no alpha weapons, but still the beta weapons just do so much damage. Shane 005 was asking.
We got go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, Shame 005 was asking what would be a better build, Plasma Arthur or Plasma Ming. It depends. If you want to dominate a match, you want to go with a Plasma Ming. If you want to counter people trying to dominate matches, go with the Plasma Arthur.
Cyrus WR, man, I'm now even more worried about the quantum radar for the Titans. Do you guys know how that weapon works? No, we've only heard about the module for the quantum radar for the Titans. We haven't really discussed it more than the minor bits and pieces that we've heard about it. You could make a very strong assumption that it's in the works, but it's not anywhere close as of yet. Ernie, thanks for the 10 bones, brother. Got a donation from Ernie. Ernie's comment: with all these max Titans and the new Titans that will get maxed out by the high pay players, should they be nerfing any weapons, for example, Scourges or Sparks? I don't see them really nerfing those weapons. I mean, they are strong weapons, especially when they're maxed out and you put all the bells and whistles on them. But I don't really foresee them touching those weapons. They have taken their nerfs or buffs in the past, and it has been a while since they've done that. So I really don't see them touching those particular weapons.
Personally, if there was a set of regular robot weapons in the game that I felt deserved a nerf, it would be the Sparks and the Scourges. Not necessarily nerfing them like bad, but actually just lower their maximum range damage, because their maximum range damage, in my opinion, is far too strong for how they're designed. They're supposed to do really low damage at 600 meters and really strong damage, you know, up close. But the way it is they do really good damage at 600 meters and just even better damage up close. So, you know, I think they will probably, honestly, eventually do some kind of an update to those. I know they have kind of adjusted them in the past, but it does seem like they're kind of going through all of the weapons, at least the more common weapons, and kind of making small adjustments to them. That's why we're getting these more frequent but small rebalances. Another quick, let me see, another quick message here. Somebody tipped $20 and said use Call of Duty Mobile or Fortnite model for Dino Squad as the revenue source and see which WR or Dino Squad generates more revenue per player. Just kind of going back to what you were saying, Eddie, with you know, selling paints.
I am really all for that concept. You know, I honestly think player for player, Dino Squad or that type of model would work a lot better. Although you won't be able to judge that for a very long time because Dino Squad is in its infancy right now, where Pixonic has already peaked or is peaking. So the player base will be nowhere close to the same.
Right.
You can compare it to Call of Duty Mobile, which instantly became a very popular game and took off, and I think had 10 million downloads in the first week, and I don't even know where they are right now. But it's a proven track record as far as businesses that are using these type of models, and you don't sell power. You know, a level. I mean, it doesn't matter what weapon you get. You know, every weapon is powerful, so it all comes down to the player's preference. Okay, and the only thing that you can do if you choose to do it is dress it up. And I can tell you from playing Call of Duty Mobile, just about everybody out there has dressed up their weapons or their players some way, shape, or form. You know, so everybody's dropping a little bit of money here and there. It's not the hundreds or 20s or whatever it is that we're dropping in the WR, okay? But the revenue overall is greater because they have more of the microtransactions.
Right. And you know, I do agree that they would probably make more money that way. But the biggest difference between that kind of a model and, you know, the model where they're selling just power is your player retention. Because, you know, any game that is just fun is going to do fairly well, especially at launch. But you want to be able to keep those players as you're adding new ones. And that's really, I think, more of a measure of success on a game, especially a mobile game. Is, you know, like War Robots, initially it wasn't that bad with the pay to win. It was a little bit there, you know, I will give them that. But part of the reason why War Robots has stayed around is because, one, it's a fun game and it allowed grinders to still succeed. But we're coming to a point now where grinding just isn't going to do it anymore. So I think that's really where they need to kind of take a step back and reconsider some of their more recent things. But I would love to see something like Dinos, you know, go to a model like that. I think Dino Squad, at least from what I've played so far, there's similarities to War Robots, but there's a lot of things that are way different. So
yeah, I racked up 22 kilos this morning. I was getting the timing of that little raptor bite down, and I'll tell you what, it was actually, I was actually having some fun on it. I'll be honest with you. I kind of first, I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to see what it's like, but it just doesn't really spark my attention. But after playing this morning and finally getting on with some real players versus some AI, you know, it was pretty interesting. I got to be honest.
all right, well, talking about Dino Squad, so you've been playing it a little bit. I've been playing it a little bit. What are your thoughts on it so far?
Early thoughts, whereas this is just not going to be my style of game. You know, it's kind of fun. You run around, but then again, I was playing pretty much against AI, and you know, it was just so easy to win early on. And I'm like, okay, it's cool, but you know, it's not what I really look at. But as I started playing, started leveling up, and then I started coming into some matches where, you know, hey, this is not an AI opponent. This guy's shooting the hell out of me. You know, damn, he just bit me. And so the little competitive part of the game started where I had somebody who could actually kill me back, and we started swapping the fights, and you know, as I played more matches throughout the day, it actually became fun. You know, it was a little bit of fun. You know, will it replace War Robots? No, it would not replace War Robots for me. But was the game fun? And I don't care who you are or what you do, when you go on and you pick a game, no matter what game it is, when you go spend time on that game, you want to have fun. That's the whole purpose of playing a game. And I can honestly say I was having a freaking good time with it, Chief.
Yeah, you know, I kind of agree with you. You know, the first couple of matches, like 2-3 matches, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. You know, the graphics are neat, running super fast, you know, shooting. And then, you know, I'm like, I don't know if I can do this, like, you know, a lot. But then as I started leveling up, started going against stronger stuff, and started really learning, learning how to level things up, what all can be leveled up, how to use your little add-ons and different things like that. Man, it was a blast. I mean, I was legit just having a lot of fun playing it. And right now the game is very infant, like you said. There are no socials in the game yet. They are planning on it, so you will be able to, have a friends list. You'll be able to play with your friends, squad, things like that. Those are just not in there right now, but it is planned, and they will add things like clans or whatever. So I think that's going to bring a whole new area of competitiveness. Once you have clans and you can squad and stuff like that, it's going to kind of add to it. But a couple things that I really, 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 really like about that game that are different than War Robots is, one, the matchmaking. It is based on your, I don't know what they call it. I'm going to call it a hanger. It's based on your hanger strength, the strength of your dinosaurs, how strong the weapons are, what level they are. That's how it matchmakes, which I think is great. Another thing that I really like about that game is that you don't have to worry about people tanking or getting disconnected, because anytime a player, loses signal, gets disconnected, or tries to drop out of a match, AI will just take over their dinos and keep playing for them. So it doesn't affect their team. You know what I mean? I don't know if they get a negative impact on, from doing it, but as far as that match goes, there's no negative impact to the rest of the game. So I think that's great. Yeah.
Did you pick up your third dinosaur?
I have 5. What are you talking about?
Well, I haven't been as much as you did, Chief. Because I started to unlock the third one. I said, no, I want to see what the fourth and fifth one are going to be like. So I'm not so crazy about that third one, because I'm really still enjoying that freaking little raptor that delivers that powerful little bite. I mean, he could kill another raptor in one bite, or he could chop down somebody's health significantly with one bite. So I'm kind of stuck with that little raptor right now. I'm not so into the bigger dinosaurs right now.
Right. Well, no, I mean, but you will still be playing that little one for the rest of the game. It doesn't matter what level you are. See, that's another good thing about that game compared to War Robots. Like, you have up to 5 slots in your hangar for dinos, but you cannot put 5 of the same in your hangar. Each slot will only allow certain types of dinos to be in there, and the more slots you have, the bigger the dinos get, but you can still only have so many or certain types of dinos in each slot, which is great. So it's going to limit people trying to, if there is one that is really powerful, nobody's going to have more than one. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of a really nice feature. But, that first slot in the dino game, that's all that's available is those little fast fuckers. They just run and bite ankles and tear stuff up. I actually
freaking awesome, man. I don't care. I had a blast with it. 22 kills with that. I couldn't go. I really could not have been having more fun when then I would just chase around other raptors and and shooting the bigger dinosaurs and taking a bite out of the back of their leg, and it was fun. I really got to admit it. It didn't start off fun, but it sure as hell ended off as a hell of a lot of fun.
Right.
Michael before any of y'all go out there and see that I'm trying to sell you a new game. No, I'm not. I'm not telling you go download Dino Squad when it comes out. I'm telling you my experience in the game was a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm talking about it, because this is the War Robots podcast, but the only reason I'm talking about it is because it is a Pixonic project, and there are some people in the community that were concerned that, hey, they're going to put all of their eggs into the new Dino game, but that's not the case. And I think having the Dino game could actually benefit War Robots. And the reason I say that is because some of these features that they're putting in the Dino game could be adapted and put into War Robots. Anyway, Michael Thompson came in. He said Dino Squad has been out for years. Pixonic just bought the company that made it. Was as for the game, raptors are the best. They go invisible in the bush. That's kind of partially true, Michael. Dino Squad has been out for about a year, but it has been in a public beta test during that time, so it actually hasn't been out, like being played for a long time. And I do believe that like War Robots, when I was walking War Robots, did the same thing. Before it was in version 1, which is the public release, it was out and available for people to play, and they didn't even realize that it was still kind of in beta. As far as where they actually got it, it's, to my knowledge, that's a subsidiary group, Weststone Holdings, or whatever the name of the company was that developed Dino Squad. I do believe it was developed in-house, but since Pixonic is using it as a different platform, their team probably just has a different name, which is kind of common with a lot of different games. But anyway, yeah, it has been out for a little while, but definitely nowhere near complete. Still very much in its beta form. Albert Perez was asking about how to download. Just go to their Facebook page, and anybody can get it. Go to Dino Squad on Facebook, and there's download links for Amazon, or not for Amazon, but for Android and iOS. It is cross-platform already, so you can play with iOS or Android. And like Eddie said, I'm not trying to sell you on a new game. I'm just telling you, man, I've had a lot of fun with it, and I guess part of the reason I wanted to talk about it was because I'm looking at this game and I'm seeing a lot of things they're doing right with it. And this is the same company that's running War Robots, and in my opinion are doing some things wrong. So I think it would be good if maybe there was a little bit of cross talk in the company. I don't know. But there's people there that know what they're doing and know what the right thing is to do. So just a matter of convincing them to do or change some things here in War Robots, I guess. All right. Well, anyway, so anybody else have anything to talk about as far as the Titans? Or how about that silver change? Did you catch that, Eddie?
I heard about it, but my silver still seems to be about the same cheap where I'm at. I'm generating anywhere between 2 to 4 million silver a match, depending on the output of damage and everything else that goes on the game. So I really haven't quite noticed a difference. I was wanting to talk to some of the subscribers that were in lower league areas, because I really don't think they're going to make it any more possible for me to earn more than 2 to 4 million a match. I really, really don't. So I think I've kind of peaked already as far as what I can earn.
Well, what they came out and they made a public announcement. I believe it was on Facebook, and stated that they're having continued problems with the silver change, and they just said it will come in a future update. So the silver change, people are asking what silver change, where they pay you 200 silver per honor point, and then they were also going to add in other ways of earning honor, like when you drop a Titan or kill a Titan, you'd get honor points for that, and different things. That's was the plan. They were also going to get rid of repair costs and do some other things. Basically, the economy was going to be easier to understand, and people would generally get a little more silver. Somebody like Islander, who focused more on free for all and getting 2, 3, 4 million silver a match, he might actually see his silver go down a little bit. But that's kind of on an extreme side. Most people aren't doing what Islander's doing. At least not successfully. I know playing mostly Beacon Rush. I mean, I average anywhere from probably 700 to 1.5 million silver per match, and that's usually with me coming in first place. And with boosters, and well, not silver boosters. I don't run silver boosters, but with VIP or whatever it's called. So, you do get.
Michael says he's still getting between 200 to 500,000 a match. Have you seen any improvements, Michael, as far as what you've been getting?
Yeah, see, I don't think we're going to see any improvements because they're not putting it in the game.
Okay.
It's something broken on it. I'm not sure what it is. They didn't say, but they just said on there. Let me see if
maybe it was going to pay us too much.
I wouldn't doubt that, because they were real quick to pull it out once they put it in. And usually they want data, that takes about 9 months to get. But if I can, let me give you guys a good quote here.
Turbo Knight, you are correct. Test server payout is the best, bro.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Friday, they said on their Facebook page, they said a small update on the new silver payout system. The new system still needs some technical tweaking. It will be released as a part of one of the following updates. We'll make a special announcement as soon as the feature is ready. With the new silver payout mechanism, you'll be receiving 200 silver for each honor point acquired in battle. The silver will come not just from damage and repairs done, but also from beacon control, slaying titans, spawning them, and more. So, I don't know what the issue is. This was something that they were expecting to release actually prior to this last update that we got. But we've kind of just been on hold for a while. And a side note on that though, when it did go live for like an hour, like a week ago, it also made adjustments to the battle reward crates, and it lowered the requirement for the champion crate by a decent amount. So
a very decent amount. So one thing I do want to touch up on, Chief, and I will be releasing a video here shortly after we're done with the podcast, is the out June and what we have on the test server. I already went in and gave my feedback because I did test it pretty much most of the week just to try become accustomed to it a little bit more. But the increase on the cooldown time is really not the big deal, but the slowing down of the speed will be an issue as far as I'm concerned. I mean, do you think that speed reduction will be the end of the out June?
I don't think it'll be the end of the out June, but it is going to lower the effectiveness it has against something like a Titan, where it has to stay out of the Titan's range and then fly in, do some damage, and get out of town. As far as going up against other robots,
get out of town a lot earlier now.
Yeah. As far as going against regular robots, I don't really see it as too much of an issue. I do, from my gameplay today, it did feel like the flight speed was actually a little bit slower than it was last weekend when I tested it. I honestly, if they're gonna nerf the out June, I'd rather they just kind of add a little more time and on the cooldown and leave the flight speed alone. Personally.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of my feedback on it. I said, you know what, just leave it as is. We don't really need to mess with the out June. I mean, it's one of the only bots that has somewhat of a counter to a Titan. And if you've gone up, I've gone up with my maxed out June, all the bells and whistles against a maxed out mean. And it takes you 7 to 10 passes before you can bring it down. It still takes a lot of flight time to try to bring down a max Titan. So it's nowhere as close to a threat to the Titans as some people are claiming it is or will be.
Yeah, I mean, most of this rebalance, I'm honestly not too concerned with. It's mostly pretty minor stuff. They're not nerfing anything into the ground this time around. So, other than the out June, being that it's the only consistent counter we have to most Titans. That's really my only concern to it. Outside of the Titans, though, I mean, I think the Aojun has kind of had a long reign of being a pretty damn good robot. So,
yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's had a good run. It's still having a good run. But in my honest opinion, I mean, it was not. It's always been a very competitive bot. I've never really considered to be the overpowered monster that some people would tell me that it was. I was having great success against it with my pursuer. As a matter of fact, I had my pursuer decked out with specifically to go down and go out and hunt down Aojun bots. So yeah, it was very deadly if you got caught with your pants down. But if you were set up and you were ready to take it on, they could come down just as easily.
Right. Yeah, I haven't. I know some players that I talk to really have major issues with the Aojun. I've never had that much, especially after they brought out quantum radar. I'm like, if they're that big of an issue, put quantum radar on your robots.
Problem solved.
Let's see. Don was asking, do we think we might have a talking channel on the Dino game? Probably not. But I mean, it might be if Islander, brings more of it to his channel. I am planning on doing some consistent content of Dino Squad on my channel. So, I guess if it's,
I'll tell you what. For the infant stage of it, we'll probably bring some of it over here into this talk channel, and if at some point that it merits bringing it into a full-time talk show, then yeah, well, that's something we could take a look at. But I mean, we'll poke and prod at it here and there because we're both gonna be playing it. But we need to, take a look at the full picture as to where that game is going and how it's gonna be, and then I guess Chief and I will get together and make a decision at a later date on that.
Yeah, that's the good thing about YouTube. It's ever evolving, so we can always adjust as needed. Yeah, Anthony was saying with the Aojun nerf, there's no time to stop at the gift shop. That is true. I think in today's games, when I was playing the Aojun on the test server, it felt like he was actually flying a little slower than he was walking. I know he wasn't, but it just kind of felt that way. Kiara was saying they're okay with the Aojun nerf, and they run 2 of them. What they don't think is needed is the Avenger nerf. Well, I agree. They said it doesn't even fit their too popular logic. I agree with you on that. I don't think there was anything wrong with the Avenger. I don't think it needed nerfed. And whatever data they're looking at to say that it's, in heavy use, I don't necessarily agree with, because I don't really see it that much, but that doesn't mean it's not true. The biggest reason I say that is because I only play in Champion League and above. That's it. That's where I play. I haven't really played my alt accounts recently for probably a couple of months. Well, hell, even my alt account was in Champion League, so maybe it is more prevalent in the lower leagues, but still, I don't think that's enough to justify needing a nerf. It's really not that strong of a weapon.
Yeah, we would need feedback from you guys that are out there that are in Diamond, or Expert, or Gold, or what type of setups do you see out there? I mean, are people running just Avengers, or do you see a mixture of Calamities? Do you see? I mean, people win these other weapons in the event, and so I know that they use them, and I know that they put them on. But what are you really seeing out there when you play on a consistent level, consistent basis? How many Avenger Aojuns do you actually see? Okay, I can tell you in Champion League, from just being Android and then now being Android, iOS, and Amazon, I don't see a whole lot of them. Yeah, they're scattered out there. So, like Chief said, they don't meet the popular criteria as to why they would nerf them. Okay, the only foreseeable nerf that I see as to why they would bring them in is because they got a very nice unlimited energy machine gun coming in, and they may want to alter that a little bit. Okay. But do I think it needs it? No. I think that the Nucleon will gain popularity on its own, and and people are still going to go out and get it and still max it out. So my 2 cents.
I owe you a name was asking if the new Titan is a target for you.
Absolutely. As it sits right now, yes. If they make any type of modifications to it, I don't know. I'm still interested in seeing what the fourth Titan will be like. I've never really been in a rush. I've waited this long. I can wait a little longer. But the way it sits right now, it is a definitely high possibility that you will see one in my hangar. And, it may not go to totally max, but he's going to be way up there on the level by the time it releases. And with the amount of platinum that I'll have in the bank, I'm not gonna pull any punches. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna take it as far up the level as I possibly can.
I think the even if they do make adjustments to the Nodens, I don't think they're going to be drastic adjustments. I think traditionally speaking, anyway, when Pixonic releases new content on the test server, it's usually released in how they want it to be on the live server. Now they do take some feedback sometimes for some things, but they usually don't let our feedback sway them too much, especially with this month. At some point is supposed to be the anniversary event, so I imagine they want to get it to the live server soon, so I don't think they're going to be tweaking it too much. I think it's going to be really strong and probably OP when it comes out. It's just how it is. And
I have been taking my bumps and bruises from Titans from day one. I still got my kid at level 3, and I have taken everything those Titans have become. So it's gonna be very satisfying to dish a little bit of it back towards them.
Well, and people like Boss Lady will definitely be targeting the Nodens, even if it sucked, because it's a healing robot and Boss Lady runs an all healing hangar. But that is a kind of one way of looking at it, because I generally recommend to most players to have a balanced hangar. So have like a beacon runner or a fast robot, a couple of damage robots, one support robot, preferably a healer, so that you can at least try and get some of those extra healing honor points, and a tank. So if you were to go with the Nodens, that you would then have your heals covered, and you could put another damage robot in your hangar, a regular damage robot, instead of a healing or support robot. So it does add some flexibility to the hangar, I guess, if you were to go with the Nodens. Toan Gwyn said the new Titan weapons are way too strong. I kind of agree with you on that, man. They hurt.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you think the 4 betas are strong, wait till you face an Alming that has the 2 cataclysms and the 2 cyclones. You're gonna see what firepower is really gonna be like. I mean, it's gonna be ridiculously insane how strong those are gonna be.
Yeah, they definitely need to be toned down some. My opinion. I mean, some people are going to disagree, and that's fine. Cyrus WR says that they said Titans will be 3 times bigger than regular robots, but the Nodens is about the size of a behemoth. You are right. I was a little surprised at how small the Nodens was when I was playing it. I kind of expected it to be a little bigger. I mean, I think the Alming is bigger than the Nodens by probably twice as much.
And it's probably going to be a lot faster. I mean, this is a low level. We know it can gain some more speed, so I don't see it being at 40 kilometers per hour very, very long. It's probably going to pick up a little bit more speed.
Well, you can upgrade it on the test server, right?
No, I didn't.
You can't upgrade the weapons. You can't upgrade the Titan weapons, and you can't upgrade the Titan modules. But the Titan itself, you can upgrade 3 levels. Puts it to whatever the max is, basically.
Okay. We need to go back into the test server and take a peek at that because I was not aware of that at all. But
Yeah.
we know we'll probably be testing it again next week for sure. So we'll see what changes they decide to make to it and roll from there. But I'll probably jump on it a few more times. I really had a fun time on this test server. I just got off for a little while to squad with the boys here and there, do a little bit of silver grinding. But other than that, I was on the test server and then playing Dino Squad quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't know if that was an oversight on their part to still allow some upgrades on the Titans, or if they're doing it on purpose. I think it's on purpose though, because you can only go up 3 levels. So. Adrian, yeah. When Islander realizes that's why his Titans died so fast.
Thanks, Adrian. I mean, you just come on to the chat and fire a sniper shot. No problem. Good to see you, Adrian.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on whether or not. I mean, I have enough platinum, I think, to pick up a Nodens when it comes out, and I really like the idea of adding that flexibility, you know. But man, I have so much fun with the Nightingale that I don't know if I want to pull it out of my hanger.
Yeah. We actually went up against Adrian last night. I was running with the guys from Gods, and we were playing all late last night, and we actually came across Vox twice. We split 1-1, but it was good. I had never gone against Adrian before, so it was interesting. Good games last night, brother. There he is. Yeah. By the way, good games yesterday. Yeah, that was interesting. So look forward to doing more of that. We need to get you on FFA at some point.
I don't think I've ever seen Adrian play some free for all. I don't know. Does he even do free for all videos?
I don't know.
I know Manny does. Manny lives in free for all for making videos. I don't remember if Adrian does free for all that often. It's a different way of playing. Man, we had some good matches yesterday. Really, really good. I wish I would have been smart enough to hit the record button, but we were just having so much fun, just jibber jabbing back and forth. So I never did. I dropped into a free for all match last night, and man, I gotta get better at stopping people from stealing my kills. I was top damage. I was top damage by a lot, and came in fourth. That's the first free for all match since the merge that I've actually not been the top 1 or 2. But man, it was just bad last night. I was killing everybody except I wasn't getting the kills. It's rough. But no. You were doing all the work while somebody else came and stole the cherry off of your sundae there, bro. Right. Your banana split. You did the work of putting it all together, and somebody else came and ate it. That's terrible. Hey, Michael. Thanks for upgrading your membership there, bud. Much appreciated. Adrian says, he gets bored of free for all. I guess he gets bored of it because I steal everybody's kills. Yeah, that's part of the matter. I mean, the idea around free for all is one. Of course, you want to set yourself up in a position to steal other people's kills. 2, when you're gonna engage, make sure you got enough firepower to affect your kill. Because if you go into a battle and you do not have sufficient firepower to finish off that kill, you can trust that competitors A, B, and C right behind you are going to jump in really fast, with a big ass spoon to stick in your peanut butter. They're just going to take it. Yeah, I need more practice. I'm still a beacon rush guy, and I don't change my hanger. I just everything like I do in beacon rush, and just every once in a while treat myself to a free for all game. It's fun and it's good practice. Learning, get you going head to head, 1-on-1, or 1-on-2 sometimes. It's just real good practice. All right. Well, I think we'll go ahead and open it up for any last-minute questions or comments, if any of you guys have any. We'll look at wrapping it up. I think it was a pretty good show today. I think Islander and myself don't necessarily see eye to eye on the Nodens, but we'll. I will concede that it will most likely come
I
out
agree with you.
like he
I think
wants.
our opinions are split up. I think our opinions are split up on that one, but it's all good. I mean, nobody says that we're going to agree at exactly every little thing every topic that comes up. So, but yeah, that is definitely a target item, and if it stays the way it is, Chief, yeah, you're gonna see that bad boy in my hanger. Promise.
Yeah, well, I'll be avoiding you after that happens. Man, could you imagine that going in free for all though? Oh, man.
Oh gosh.
That would be a tough one to take out. Ooh. Adrian says free for all is more pay to win than Beacon Rush.
I don't know, Adrian. I gotta disagree because I win all the time, man, with my level 3 kid.
Man, it's and most free for all is Android players. So I mean, hardly anybody has Last Stand or anything. It's
yeah, man. Since the merge, I have had so many great matches now to where you drop into matches and you got at least 3 or 4 people that are maxed out or have decent bots or very competitive bots. And very often you run into guys that have the maxed out Titans, and I've just learned to counter them or use counters with the bots that I have. So I've actually gotten a lot better with my bots. Just the fact that I got to take on Titans, and I know I don't have a Titan of my own to counter that. So I've just come up with ways to try and troll them a lot more than actually try to knock them out of the skies.
It's a fun mode. I can't do it constantly. I need my Beacon Rush. I refuse to do domination. Just not my mode. That painful walk after you have to die and
see here, Boss Lady, I'm with you on the new Titan. Yep, I'm with you, Boss Lady. Wizard, congrats on getting the lead of HC. Oh, thank you, Wizard. Yeah, just in case y'all didn't know, I took lead of Hardcore now, so I'm now the official clan leader. God, Lord, help us.
Adrian says in VR, if you can't win with your hanger, you can at least win using the beacons. That is true. I've had that happen a few times. It's not always about the most maxed out stuff. There's a little bit more team play involved in a lot more team play involved in Beacon Rush than free for all. But I mean, as far as tactics, I guess a little more tactics, and it's more team oriented tactics. So
yeah, no doubt. And don't get me wrong, I love BR, and I play just about every mod that we have in this game. I like to go out there with different guys. When I go run team deathmatch, I usually run with different guys because most of the guys in my clan don't like to play too much of the team deathmatch. I got other friends that love to do team deathmatch, so I'll just go join up with them, and we'll just go out and wreck it for a little while on the TDM. So that's a lot of fun,
Yeah, all the cool kids are here. Guess this is what happens when you adjust your time to not conflict with Adrian's stream anymore. He stops in.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I told you a long time ago, don't be messing with Adrian.
Man, he used to stream on Sundays at 3. That's why I set the time originally to 6 Eastern, but things change. That's all right. This 7 o'clock time slot's all right. Hopefully more people.
Yeah, I actually
to,
like this. We
to
start
attend.
an hour later, and it doesn't conflict with Adrian's channel, and really, really good. I kind of like it this time a little bit more, even though I showed up a few minutes late. I do apologize, fellas.
TDM when you need silver. Absolutely. TDM has the best silver payout of all of the modes.
No doubt. No
By a
doubt.
lot.
And if you play solo in TDM, you get that video, Chief. And I will regularly, rack up some really good silver in that. Now, you're not always going to win, but you do have the opportunity to get that that video, okay? And even with the loss, the payouts are still not that bad. So yeah, I am like a TDM solo just for grinding silver.
Yep. If you need silver, that is definitely the mode to play. 100%.
I've seen a bunch of y'all saying congratulations out there. Hey, thanks everybody. Thanks. Well, I'll see what I can do with the clan, and hopefully I don't blow it up.
Oh, you took over HC?
Yeah, I took over HC.
Oh, damn. We got a leader in the house then. Hey, you know what? I'm a clan leader too. I started my own damn clan.
There you go.
I did 2 days ago. Just me and Kine. We're a two-man crew. Watch out. We'll be in S clan, no problem. Give us a week.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Some good people over there in HC.
Yeah, we got AD. We're already in the process of stealing Aiden Chong, although he doesn't know it. He'll find out later.
I run into only one guy from HC though, pretty regularly when I'm playing. Man, I can't remember his name. Just can't remember his name right now. But there's only one guy that I frequently run, but it's always the same HC guy. I don't know why. I don't run into too many of you guys. All right,
thank you, boss lady.
I think we'll go ahead and look at wrapping up the podcast. Much appreciated for everybody that came and hang out. We actually had quite a few viewers tonight. Hopefully that's because the show is just that interesting and not because you're all trapped in your houses like a bunch of prisoners.
Right.
But a quick reminder that Islander and myself both have giveaways going on our channel right now. We both have a video up for giving away some atomizers, so swing by Eddie's channel. Link is in the description and the first pinned comment. You're obviously on my channel, so if you haven't seen the giveaway video, definitely check that out and feel free to enter on that. We'll both be doing one more video giveaway each soon, and then the end of the month we are going to come together and give out 100 atomizers on a podcast, and so hopefully we'll get that viewership up and up so that we can actually give away 100, because right now I got 72 people watching, so that means your chances are pretty good. But
pretty damn good if you come in, because y'all need to make sure y'all come in here and tell your friends to come in here to claim those 100 atomizers, because whatever y'all don't pick up, me and Chief get to keep them all. So y'all can make sure come over and take all 100, because we're gonna split the difference.
Oh man, I'm gonna set this shit to private. Man, I don't even have one atomizer.
Chief, I showed up on Sunday. You weren't there. You must have showed up at the wrong place.
Yeah, but seriously, yeah. I mean, if you guys enjoyed the podcast, definitely let folks know. In any Facebook groups you're in or in your clan, that we will be doing the giveaway. Probably going to be the last Sunday of April for the Sunday podcast. So definitely you have a couple more chances to put your name in the hat and win yourself an atomizer. Right.
Exactly, guys. Also, I've had a few questions. Let me go ahead and air it out for you guys right now, exactly how my channel is working, or my giveaway is working, and how the winners are going to be selected, all right? And, of course, I've had the conspiracy theory already pop up. Wow, Islander, you're going to give every one of your clan members a free atomizer, and you're going to give your best friends an atomizer. No, that's not the way it's going to work at all, guys. I just want to clear this up. In case anybody asks, that you can send them over here to Chief's podcast, or to our podcast here, to where they can hear this part. All the winners, or all the eligible people, will be selected, all right? And they're put into a big old long list of everybody who followed the steps and did everything correctly, all right? And then my girl, all right, who knows nothing about WR, happens to hate WR with a passion, but she doesn't know who Chief is and, my clan member. She has no idea who anybody is. She's the one that's going to go select the winners at random and pull them out. That way nobody can come and say, well, you're giving away certain ones to certain people. Now, we're not going to roll like that. This is a giveaway for the players, and it needs to be for everybody fairly, and that's the way it's going to be run.
Well, I'm a little more high tech than that. for my giveaways. I had y'all put a hashtag word in that video so that I can use a program, and it's going to scan all of those comments, and as long as you put that hashtag word, that's what it's looking for, and the program is going to randomly select the winner for me.
Can
It's going to be
you
so
help me
much
out with
easier.
that later on?
Yeah, I can get with you on that. It's a
I'll
lot
get
easier to do it that way, more fair, and it also will disregard anybody making multiple entries. You know, it's only going to count one.
That's pretty. That is pretty cool.
If I know the person that wins, great. If I don't, great too. It's a robot picking it basically.
It's gonna be fair across the board. Good deal.
And then we're going to copy and paste
your
your IDs. So you got to make sure that you're getting your ID correct, because I'm going to put whatever you put in that comment, and that's what's going to go on my list. And I'm going to give that list to Adrian. Hopefully Adrian knows about this, because our Pixonic contact
Adrian, we're going to send you a hell of a lot of work, bro.
We're going to send you both lists, and you're going to do whatever you do with it to prep it for Pixonic, and then they're going to give it out. So
yeah. Also, guys, one more question. This is for most of you guys out there. We're doing the podcast at this time now, where we bumped it back an hour. Is this time good? Do y'all like this time? Should we bump it back another half hour, or do y'all think this is good? We think me and Chief came up with this time. We thought it was good. What do y'all think? Give us y'all's feedback in the comment section on that one.
Yeah, real quick, thanks for the donation there. Does it matter? Asking about joining my clan here on iOS and Champ League. Get on my Discord, and we can discuss that on the Discord. Just hit me up on the Discord. There's a link to my Discord in the video description here. Adrian, I guess, didn't know. Yeah, Adrian. She said to put our list together. She told us the codes to use, and then she said give you the list. So
congratulations, Adrian.
I said yes, ma'am, and that's what we're gonna do. All right, well, I think that is going to wrap it up, everybody. Really good podcast tonight. Thank you all once again, seriously, for coming and hanging out. I love doing these. These are great. And, you know, if I get a little passionate sometimes when it comes to the game, just understand it's because I care about you guys, the viewers, the players, and that's why. So, anyway, like I said, make sure you guys stop by, check out Islander's channel, watch his video for his giveaway, enter that for sure. Stop by Adrian, AD. Thank you both for dropping into the stream tonight. So I'm sure most of you guys are already subscribed over there, but if not, stop by theirs and subscribe to them as well. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Eddie, thank you once again, sir.
You got it, brother. And guys, I appreciate y'all coming by, taking time out of your Sunday to come chill with me and Chief. We will continue to do this every Sunday as long as you guys are here. We are here. This is for you all, not for us, not for Chief, not for myself. It is for you guys. We love having you here and look forward to seeing you very, 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 very soon.
Yep. Everybody stay safe. Stay at home. Do your social distancing. Yeah, try and keep healthy, guys. Till the next one, Chief out.